Peace be with you. My name is Alan Kiesler. We are continuing our discussion of Isho. We will not have a class today on another mantra, but I just wanted to make a couple of comments on the 15th mantra that we read last week. Hiranmayena patrena satyasya petam mukam tattvam bhushana pavanam satya dharmaya drishtaye. So the main comment I want to make is to further explain what I mentioned last week about the Holy Quran verse, the Nur verse as it is called, which says that God is a light and describes it like a lamp in a niche. So, without going into details about the discussion we had last week, I just wanted to add that Hazrat Abu Bakr, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, has a hadith in which he says that if Allah withdraws the veil, the splendor of his countenance would consume his creation so far as his sight reaches. So this shows that Allah's veil is light. The seeing of Allah's light and the lifting of his veil will be the ultimate reward in Jannah, through which other bounties will be rendered insignificant compared to this honor. So I'm just reading that from another commentary on this verse. And so we are praying, I am praying, I hope all of us will pray, that we can understand this very, very important verse. This is Quran 24:35. That is Surah an-Nur, the 35th ayat. And I'm just going to read this translation. There are many other translations also, but this is a pretty good one. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. His light is like a niche in which there is a lamp. The lamp is in a glass. The glass is like a shining star, lit from the oil of a blessed olive tree, located neither to the east nor the west, whose oil would almost glow, even without being touched by fire. Light upon light. Allah guides whoever He wills to His light, and Allah sets forth parables for humanity. And Allah is all-knowing in regards to everything. So this very famous verse, there Al-Ghazali, Rahmatullahi, he wrote a significant book, actually a whole book, on this surah, especially on this verse. So it's very, very important verse. But the only point I want to make is that from this verse we can understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a light, certainly. Everyone in every religion who has knowledge of God talks about God being light. But it further explains that God is not only a light, but He is a niche, or like a niche, in which is a lamp. And the lamp is in a glass. So this is clear indication that light, which is formless, comes from a lamp, and a very special lamp in a niche. So I read some commentaries that said that niche represents the heart of the believer, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is present in our hearts. But in any case, the only point I wanted to make is that Allah is a Nur, is a light, and He is veiled by a light. So the light that many people think is the ultimate, knowledge of God. Yes, it's true that God is a light, but He's not only a light. In fact, He is veiled by light. And as this verse of ISOPANISAD, this mantra 15 of ISOPANISAD states, that when that veil is removed, then we will see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is the same teaching that many believers have commented on this Surah an-Nur, verse 35. So I will end there, and I hope next week we will be able to have another class on ISOPANISAD. But in the meantime, we will take a couple of comments here. The child care says, Assalamu alaikum sir, wa alaikum salam, the child care. And the child care goes on, Allah bless you with good health and the knowledge to understand Him more. Ameen. And Ameen, Summa Ameen to all the prayers we are making for Kashmir. Thank you very much. All right, we will continue praying, of course, for Kashmir and for Khorasan and for the whole world. And we will pray more and more, especially, this is a very nice comment, thank you, that we will understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more and more. That really is the goal, to understand, not only to understand God, but to learn to serve and love God. Okay, thank you to child care. And finally, Patit Pavanada says, very nice. Thank you very much. So we will end now, and I will just request everyone to please continue praying that we may all understand Allah Pak, and then we can become pure. Because Allah is Pak, Allah is pure. When we think of Him even, or we talk about Him, or especially when we call on His names, we will certainly, without any doubt, become purified. And Pakistan means land of the pure. So to become a pure Pakistani, one must definitely call on the names of God repeatedly. So that is what we are doing, whether it is Allah, 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 or Ram, 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 or God, oh God, or Hikom God. It makes no difference. Any name of God we chant will purify our hearts. And that is the purpose. That is the goal of all religion, really, is to purify our hearts so that we will be able to, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removes that veil of light, we will be able to see Him and enjoy His personal presence in service. Okay, Khadija says, Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much. And she goes on, Allah aapko sehat de. हमेशा खुश रहो अपना ख्याल रखना ओके शुक्रिया खदीजा जी आप भी सलाम और अल्लाह सुब्हान व तआला आपको भी सेहत दे और हम सबको सेहत दे ताकि हम खिदमत कर सके अल्लाह पाक के और पाकिस्तान के और पाक इस्लाम के और हम समझ सकें कि हाँ अल्लाह पाक मालिक एक नूर है बल्कि वो एक नूर से चंबा से ढका हुआ भी और जब अल्लाह पाक उस नूर को हटा देता है तो फिर इंशाअल्लाह हम अल्लाह सुब्हान व तआला को खुद देखेंगे हमारे दिल के आंखों से हम अल्लाह सुब्हान व तआला को देखेंगे वही हमारी दुआ है और आखिर में खदीजा आया कहती है आमीन 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 ओके अल्लाह हाफिज इंशाअल्लाह अगले हफ्ते फिर हम ईशोपनिषद आगे पढ़ेंगे